All right, I have been looking forward to this all week, and it's finally here. This is a laptop drawer that I'm going to mount under this table, just like so. There's a past video I did on my kind of office that I've got set up here for the Airstream. There's been some changes since, with the chair there. So I just use a chair at the dinette like that, and have the monitor set up. So I do some kind of video work, just hobby stuff for YouTube and blogging and stuff like that. So I have kind of an office set up here for doing that. But I've replaced the monitor since that last video. The other one got a pixel streak in it, so like a whole line of pixels was messed up. So this is a new monitor. I'll put a link down below. It's really good. I like it. It is a 32-inch computer monitor, so the resolution is computer grade versus like a TV. And behind here, I'm still using the Bose SoundLink. So I've switched off the SoundLink. I'm hoping to get rid of that altogether. I've got speakers in the Airstream here. You can see up here, here, and there's two more at the back out there. So I'm hoping to switch off to that. The problem has always been with that there's a lag using Bluetooth with the stereo up here. It's not bad with music, but with video there's a noticeable lag that's kind of distracting. So I've got a Bluetooth receiver that's linked up via optical cable, and that's proved to fix the lag problem. So I transmit to the Bluetooth receiver, and yeah, the lag's doable. It transmits via the digital cable to the stereo system there into the speakers. So my goal here is to kind of clean up the desktop. One thing I'm kind of worried about is this beautiful wraparound window here does cast a good bit of heat, and the laptop sits right there. So I kind of want to bring that under the desk where it's not going to get a whole lot of heat, as well as the hard drives, and see what else I can kind of clean up there. I also have switched to a data plan that's truly unlimited without throttling, so I no longer have to connect my phone with the HDMI output cable. So I'm going to discontinue the HDMI splitter and just connect the Xbox, which is under here, which I can use both for Xbox stuff when I want to, for game stuff, and it's also a DVD player, so that's kind of where I get my DVD player from. But I'm going to switch this with a HDMI cable to the monitor directly instead of through the splitter, so that'll eliminate the splitter and kind of clean up some stuff. So yeah, gonna get this drawer mounted and then see what I can clean up here. All right, so we've got that kind of screwed in there, like it. It's vented, which is pretty cool. A bit of a catch there, it actually locks. I don't know that I need to lock it, but all right, now to move some stuff into it. right, that should be pretty much done. That's the underside right there. Pretty simplified. And that'll be our desktop. Pretty cleaned off. Pretty happy with that. So we'll have our drawer in here, which will be the laptop, USB port, USB charger, both the hard drives, and our connector there. And this will be our spot for the cell phone, which will sit right here. Charge off the magnetic cable, which will be right there. And yeah, should be pretty good. And that all just tucks away like so. And the counter is clean. So with this setup, both the Xbox and the laptop will be directly mounted to the monitor here. So I'll have two HDMI cables going in. I've got another wireless Bluetooth transmitter coming for the Xbox. Hopefully that'll sync it up to the Airstream stereo system, and I won't have to think about a speaker. But there is actually a speaker. It's not worth much, but there's a speaker in this screen. So hopefully in the meantime, the Xbox will just transmit to there. And we've got a pretty clean setup. I did add a while back this, I had one of these at my desk at work, one of these Belkin outlets here, and it's got some USB ports to the side. So that kind of adds some desktop charging capabilities. And that just links via a power cable down around here. Links to that power strip, and we are good to go. Again, and this was in the last video, but I've added two legs here, which add more support for the monitor and the mounting arm, and that does pretty good. I'm not completely satisfied with this. This whole thing is a little bit shaky, not shaky, but as you can see here, which has something to do with how this. It's nothing to do with the legs. It has to do with how this arm, this telescopic arm, is secured up there. And I don't really know what to do about that. It's not the mounting plate. It's whatever is happening right here. These two telescopic sights are already screwed down as tight as they can get. So it's whatever's happening right there. And I don't know how to fix that. But yeah, pretty happy with this. Really cleaned that whole thing off. Like I said, I've got the capability to charge stuff in the drawer, which is pretty cool. And then the laptop's ready to go when I need it. All right, closing that out. Pretty cool little project, and happy with this mobile office setup. I just wanted to add in the last setup, I think I said my solution for securing this monitor for transport was to, these cables are a little tight, was to do like this and then put a Velcro strap around the monitor and this little rod down here. Well, in our last trip, which was the first dry camping boondocking trip, I'll link that down below, but it actually bent this railing and loosened this little slide secure sight. So I don't recommend that anymore. What I recommend now is that you simply disconnect all the ports. There's going to be a sight right here to disconnect the monitor. It slides out, the arm comes up, and then you throw this monitor on a bed or something soft where it'll protect the surface. So that's what I'm doing right now. That's what I did the last time, leaving out of Valley of the Gods, and it worked pretty well. And it just snaps right back in. So that works for me, and that would be what I'd recommend if you use this kind of setup. So just to summarize some of the modifications this week, and I could not be more happy with these. The first thing is the laptop drawer, which just pulls out like so. As you can see, got the cell phone just sits right here. The cell phone booster transmitter is right there beside it, so it just goes right there. I kind of adhered with a 3M strip the charging station back here, so it's both a charging drawer, so like I can charge the Canon batteries and stuff like that. Laptop sits right here. This also means that I don't have to put that away and stow it somewhere when we're in transit, which is another thing I don't have to pack up, which is great. These things can kind of sit in there and it still just goes away like so. I don't know yet if this is gonna try to come open or not, but if it does try to come open in transit, there is a key to lock it and that'll keep it from coming open. And with that, of course, the laptop's ready to be disconnected and go anytime we need. It is a vented floor to that, so that's pretty good. Disperses some of the heat, both from the hard drives and the laptop. But it keeps this out of the window, which is where most of the sun is, so hopefully that'll keep it from getting too hot. And yeah, pretty happy with that. It's still slim enough that, as you can see, you can still sit here without banging your knees or anything. I would kind of like to clean up some of the cords a little bit underneath here, but they're pretty good for the most part. I eliminated a lot of stuff, so it's doing pretty good. And now it's just the monitor sitting up here. I've got the Xbox and the computer HDMI connected to the monitor. Everything's transmitting to the Airstream speakers via a Bluetooth optical transmitter. And then I've got another Bluetooth transmitter coming for the Xbox, which will simplify that a little bit. This monitor has speaker capability, but it's not great. I'd like to send that to the Airstream too. It's kind of a close-up of the drawer there. Pretty streamlined. Keeps everything out of the way, keeps the desktop clear, and tucks it right there. It's also available to pull it out all of a sudden if you need to deal with anything. It's right here by the keyboard, and you just pull it out, access the phone, do whatever you need to do. So yeah, loving that modification. Sorry, the AC's on, kind of a warm day, but I just wanted to mention too that this monitor I use both as a TV for watching video stuff and also to work on as I do editing and photo work and stuff. So the nice thing about this monitor with the arm down here, what you can do, this is fine for watching video, but for working, this pulls out a whole lot closer. And it's right there. And then it's a whole lot, this is much more ergonomic for working on video content or typing text or whatever, but really works pretty well for that. And then of course I can just move it back and it's ready to go for just video content and that sort of thing.